East Africa, a powerhouse economic region flanking the continent, supported, molded, and guided by the East African Development Bank EADB. The bank prides itself on encouraging investment and ensuring the sustainable growth of the region. The rich diversity of people and culture intertwined with the tenacious entrepreneurial spirit are what draws people to this region. East Africa sustains a bustling tourism industry with a vibrant cityscape of towering architectural wonders. Hello and welcome to the program. I am Daniel Makokera, coming to you from Dar es Salaam, here in Tanzania. This, as we follow the work of the EADB in funding projects that have helped the economies of this region work. The history of East Africa has always followed the narrative of striving industries from the earliest days of the spice trade. We witnessed the beginnings of economic capitalism, providing the foundations we see in practice today. In Tanzania, Kenya, Uganda, and Rwanda, a few of these energized entrepreneurs are reclaiming their narrative once more with the help of the EADB and their beneficiaries. TIB Development Bank, Opportunity Bank, Centenary Bank, Cedian Bank, Thinka Uganda, Finance Trust Bank, BRAC Uganda, Kenya Women's Finance Trust Bank, and the Housing Finance Company Bank in Kenya. This journey towards economic upliftment must be maintained beyond the funding provided. As the EADB looks forward, one of its mantras is create the future we want, a future the bank has dedicated itself to since its genesis. The EADB was established in 1967 and was mandated to provide financial and related assistance to enterprises in East African member states. This collaboration needed to make a positive contribution to socio-economic development in the region. In 1980, it was re-established. Now it would offer a broader range of financial services with the objective still to develop the region. Today, the EADB is owned by 4 member states: Kenya, Uganda, Tanzania, and Rwanda. The EADB focuses on financing projects in all productive sectors of member states' economies. It supplements the activities of national development agencies by joint financing operations and technical assistance. It supports public and private sector projects that are professionally run, technically feasible, and financially viable. It works with countries doing cross-border projects that will benefit more than one country. The EADB collaborates with projects using local raw materials in producing goods for local consumption or export. Tanzania and Uganda's agricultural abundance has carved a path for immediate trade, which necessitates the need for business to happen at an advanced rate. The aviation industry has since been able to meet the needs of the locals, especially through the harsh reality of the pandemic.
Tropical Air, we start 1998 with a single Cessna 172, and we grow up to 8 aircraft. And then suddenly we met EADB Bank. We were financing one aircraft, Cessna 208, which is a Grand Caravan, which is we were flying domestic flight in all regions Zanzibar. It was scheduled flights Zanzibar, Pemba Island, and Zanzibar, Dar es Salaam, Zanzibar, Mafia. That's a scheduled flight. We are approved by Civil Aviation. Tropical Air is a local company which is owned of local as well, and then we employ about 67 employees. Required number of local and just 2-3 is foreigner. And then we work very well on the tourism sector. And then actually EADB, when they finance, so it makes us growing of the company. And then we start to grow. And actually for the company itself, Tropical Air, they need more aircraft up now, because even the VIP now we are doing is a Zanzibar one. I can say the president of Zanzibar using ATR as well. So we will sit again with the EADB to talk to them if you're willing to do more business with them. We need more aircraft because the business actually in Zanzibar is there.
So clearly, very soon, headed back to the EADB, talking on expansion.
Very soon.
The aviation sector has an impressive trajectory from providing new flight routes for locals to training engineering students. These companies are always looking for new ways to impact positively within their communities and the country at large. Talk to us about the genesis of Eagle Air.
For many years, we were the longest serving indigenous air transport service provider, at least in terms of scheduled flights. But we do a number of services. Over the years, we've had to develop and grow. We used to hire someone else's facility to maintain our aircraft, and eventually we ended up building this facility to be able to do that work in-house. And so with the time and knowledge within the industry, we realized we moved from just being an operator to a maintenance organization, from being a maintenance organization to even training in-house some of our staff. And so that's how we've been growing over the years. But we like to believe that we are not just a Ugandan company, not just an air transport company, but we are a business that relies on the market that we operate in, both in Uganda and East and Central Africa, to derive business from Africans within Africa to grow the air transport industry.
Who are your clientele?
For a long time, actually, when we used to operate our scheduled flights, we operated during a bit of a difficult time during our country's history. There was war going on in the north of Uganda, and so there was a need for people to be able to transport to see their families, to do business, to do work in the north of Uganda, but the roads were not safe for people to travel. And so that's where air transport became a very big way in which you're able to access certain areas for the common man, as well as organizations that were doing work there, as well as government that was doing work there. So basically what we do is we feed a need for different organizations. We work with oil and gas clientele now because that's an area that is developing within Uganda right now. We have private business owners who are able to carry their goods here in different places. It's always interesting. We've had clients who have been with us for decades because we provide a service that they need.
When did the relationship with the EADB start?
Financial arrangement is sometimes like a marriage, because you need to find a person who understands where you're going and where you're going aligns with where they're going, and then you kind of create this beautiful thing that goes forward. And EADB was one of those few financial institutions that decided to take a chance on us and see where we were going. They understood the need beyond just the market viability of the product we wanted to offer. And so we found an institution that was able to understand the dream that we had and the value of it to our industry, and was willing to take the leap with us.
Eagle Air's patriotic service of 28 years has aided the progress of engineers whilst encouraging travel to the more remote parts of Uganda. Tropical Air has built its relationship with EADB through the very same appeal to expand and encourage local tourism. However, the pandemic's disruption has caused these companies to realign their sights for the future. Talk to me about the establishment that you work for, which is Blue Bay, and also your expansion as a business.
We came to this island almost 25 years ago. We are proud to say that we are the pioneers in tourism on the island. There were very few establishments which could rate themselves to be of this standard in the late 90s.
Yes.
And that's when we ventured to this island. We realized that there's a lot of potential and there's a lot of hope to develop tourism here. And we were very positive, and we decided to start our first hotel, which is Blue Bay.
Yes.
And which is right next to this place.
Yes.
So these are two sister properties adjacent to each other.
Oh, wow.
And that was our first venture on the island. Once we started that, we realized that yes, there was a demand for that, and people were looking for quality places to stay. And we provided that to the market, and the market appreciated. That gave us the encouragement to go for another hotel. And that's when we decided, okay, we need some financial partners.
So clearly the potential is being realized with a partner like the EADB.
It's a very strategic partnership.
Okay.
It has provided us a lot of support in the past, a lot of financial guidance.
Yes.
And also we have been their good clients, because we have also stood to their expectations, I guess.
Indeed.
And going forward also, if there's any new project, I don't think we will knock any other door except for EADB.
EADB's intention is to see this proud and industrious region eradicate the strife of its citizens, to clear the path for growing agribusiness, and to build a larger import and export facility. The EADB echoes that of the potential and the significant growth in East Africa, stemming from the constant and unwavering belief in its people.